Is this thing going live?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah. That's got notification.
Gotcha. This computer is so strong and stuff, but it's sketchy. Half the time I don't get my notifications. All right. What's up, everybody? We got John Zilla in the house. Have you accepted that that's your nickname yet?
If you're saying it, then I'll accept it.
That's your nickname. I mean, I'm gonna call you that until other people call it to you. Remember this, at one point people didn't know Chance's Tugboat either. Okay. Artem's had 14 nicknames, from KGB to the Russian Tarantula, the Tarantula, the Russian Phenom. What does he have a current nickname? Top Roll King?
Yeah, I think it's just Top Roll King now.
Okay.
He's kind of calmed all the other ones down, I guess.
He's mutating anyways.
Yeah, he's a freak.
All right. If I look extra skinny today, that's because I am coming for Dustin Hyatt. Quit ducking me, Dustin. You're pulling these bums.
Old Duck and Dustin.
That's it, ducking me. Where are the points sent to?
I sent it to your email.
Perfect.
Those are the screenshots. I'm just doing a cleaner version right now.
We're gonna go over some points leaders. We'll see if we can get Dylan to hop on. A couple others. We got a special guest today too. It's gonna be a cool episode. I'm pretty fired up. I'm excited. We got a lot of stuff changing at the FAL. Whole bunch of things. We're gonna go to a little bit funner approach. And we'll announce all these other things, but we got our social media guys coming on. Let me look at how to say his name, because you know these Russians, they got the craziest names. Let's see. Slav Marchenko. This dude is a social media beast. If you need help growing anything, you should hit this dude up. He looks like he's about 20 years old, and the kid has got this social media game aced. He is who does most of our social media posts, and a lot of the reason that the social media has blown up overnight. I don't know if you've noticed in the past 2 months, but it's absolutely, getting big. He's grown us well over 1,000 followers on that.
Mm-hmm.
Got us at like 500 subscribers on this page, which is awesome, because this isn't like a page like Michael Todd that you're following his journey.
Right.
This is hardcore Florida dudes. So Kevin Q says, I need them socks. Yes, we will order on July 2nd. We make the sock order. I want to give everybody a chance. They want to get in on the pre-run. We're just going to do 30 pairs of those. Retro Wave Polars, what's up, bro? A lot of people should hop on here, tag your buddies if they are not watching or anything, because we're going to go over all the points leaders. Bunch of cool stuff. I'm not going to go over every single buddy down to 1 point, but I'll be posting it and about it. It'll actually be our post tomorrow at noon. So tomorrow at noon, the official points will come out. If you're watching the show, you'll get to see them all a bit early. So we'll go over that in a few minutes, just because it's going to take a bit. How's your weekend, man? How was that practice?
That price was off the chain, man. It's everything's. I'm getting 15 to 20 guys out here every weekend now.
You mind if next time I go, I charge them all $5?
Hey, $10. I want half of it.
That's fine. We're in business.
Yeah, there we go. It's easy to make business with you, right?
Yeah, you're gonna be the next arm wrestling promoter.
You never know, right?
You got all these guys out of practice. Hey, listen, if you get to 40 guys consistently, there has to be a garage grinder tournament.
If I get 40 guys consistently, I want to buy me a building.
I got the property for it. I got the spot ready to go.
Yeah,
that's the real dream, right? Is to have the property where you could host an amphitheater style tournament, race everybody down in the pin like a dog fight, where everyone's looking over. Mm-hmm. Something cool like that. A true building made for to watch arm wrestling. Imagine all graffitied out, have Artem painting it up all, you could just, if you didn't have to switch from venue to venue.
Oh yeah, no.
Do overtime.
Awesome.
Ryan Bowen speaks this idea. Michael Todd's currently doing it, but I dream of having my own version of that one day. an FAL building or a headquarters. I once went back in the day to the I don't know, do you know what the UAL is?
Yeah.
It's like what FAL is or WAL, but it was a nationwide thing, LA based, predominantly though a California arm wrestling league.
Right.
And they would put on pretty big tournaments, but they had a headquarters like that where you could go down there. They had their little merch store. They had some tables you could train on if you were a UAL guy. They had a cool little setup. So, I mean, think of like the UFC Performance Center,
Right.
but like 1/1000th of it. You know,
Yeah,
obviously this was
Like a
not.
clubhouse almost for it.
Yeah, it was pretty big though. Robert Drank, the guy that owned it, I mean, was a baller, dude. He rode around in Lamborghinis. He got millions and millions of dollars. So he wasn't fucking off. It was a true sick setup. I mean, it was as photogenic as a headquarters could be, but ours is probably going to look more like a outlaw bikers clubhouse.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kidding. In case any of you guys are in a biker gang. Do we got anyone in the chat? Okay, we got a couple people hopping in. What's up, anyone that's in here? What's this? Havoc Reigns, Benji Mac. What's up, dog? I'm excited to have Robert Kelly down, man. He's telling me a bunch of crazy shit. I don't know if I should tell anybody, but I'm done. He's rolling out all sorts of crazy stuff, dude. He wants to really start getting more into the production.
I saw the Matt King thing where he had the athlete on there and all that shit. That was him, right or no?
Yeah, and that's not really what I'm talking about. I mean, he wants to start doing more lights and music and stuff like that rolling out too, basically in preparation for our finale. You know, we got one more tournament. King of Florida is the 6th tournament of the year. It'll be the halfway point. We're at the we had the 5th tournament in Mayhem.
Right. So the 6th tournament will be
King of Florida. Oh, I'm sorry. 6th tournament is Fit Expo. King of Florida starts the second half. So we're halfway there. I mean, if you dudes are leading right now, y'all are probably going to be the guys that win. I mean, like you can't guarantee it, but you know, I mean, if you're probably the heavily favorite if you're going into this next tournament. And we'll talk about all of them. I want to let Slav hop on. But yeah, Robert wants to get more into like a lot of the production and get ready. I mean, Robert's just an animal, dude. I still laugh every time I think and I see when we came out from California and he had rode to the venue on a Uber scooter, like a little Lyft scooter.
Hey, all fucked up.
All fucked up. He had a crutch. His foot was fucked up. He had his whole equipment with him in between his legs and just.
Hey, all 140 pounds of him riding around.
Bro, it was the most ambitious. It was the most let's get it done no matter what thing I'd ever seen. I gained 20% respect for him as soon as I had seen that.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'm here, y'all.
Look, man, he's doing these athlete spotlights for free. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I'm not paying him to do that. This wasn't my idea. This is something this dude's doing out of the good of his heart. He's got on here available at any FAL tournament freebie, putting the focus on the athletes. In a world where everything costs $1, you know Robert's a good dude if he's out here doing shit like that for free. Not that it's the hardest thing in the world when you have a template, but that's cool.
It's still a service, though.
Yeah, that's amazing. And let me see if I could pull that up real quick. What he's doing. Yeah, it's the little FAL spotlight things. You can see it on the FAL page. I mean, they're sick. Everything that he's doing, he's got about 3 more templates of that. I don't think he posted the other 2 yet, but they're all pretty dope. I'll pull up the one he currently has. I know you've seen it, but a lot of people haven't. Trying to get Josh Miller to hop on here too on a side note. Let's see. There we go. Screen share. My dude won an 18-man super heavyweight class at Mayhem and ain't said a word or bragged nothing about it.
It's absurd.
Absurd.
Man, I'd be all over everything.
I know.
This would be mine.
So this is what the type of stuff that Robert Kelly gives the FAL free of charge. But this guy's he should be on the payroll making 50 G's a year just from us. You know, I mean, he's worth it. He's worth so much that he does, but this is just a small example. He didn't make one of me.
Yeah, but who better to put on there besides friggin' old Matt King?
Come on, this is like, how do you? This is like the most nice, kindest guy in all of arm wrestling. He's almost one of them guys that's like, come on, bro, save some for the rest of. You're like 6'3", stronger than all hell, nicest guy in the room.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like he's got a little too much good traits that he might be an alien or something. So he's the good guy to be on there. Next one's going to be Ford on there. I want him shirtless with the cowboy hat and his leaf blower right on there. That's got to be the next athlete spotlight.
We're going to start turning it into training, like trading cards or something. Start putting Ford on there. That's
JD Duncan says, Brandon, did you ship my shirts yet? I intended to go to John's practice the other day and bring them to you personally, but no. All the FAL last minute purchases for your tournaments and everything gets shipped out tomorrow, and that is the final day of any merch. We got a couple people that took advantage of the early registration. Did you see that, John?
Yes, I did see the early registration.
So the early registration for the expo gets you a free piece of FAL merch also. So the same price you would pay in person, if you pay it on the Shopify account, you can just go on there and search. You'll see it'll have Fit Expo entry one hand. You're able to pre-register and you will get one free item. This only applies to the first 100 people. So don't forget to check that out. Look on the page. If you're going to sign up, might as well do it and get it. But your stuff's coming out, Mr. Duncan. I promise you in the morning. Slav, what's up, my man?
Hey, Brandon, how are you? Can you hear me well?
I can hear you great.
Awesome. I'm not sure if you guys can see me for sharing the camera, but yeah, it's nice to talk to you.
We can't see you.
Awesome.
So a lot of people don't know who this guy is, man. This guy is 110% of the reason the FAL is successful. This dude is the guy that is he is our social media guy. He is doing all the posts, everything that you see that went from me just typing the letter, what would you with the letter U do with terrible punctuation. And now you see he's getting 20 shares and 50 comments and all the engagement. This is the man right here behind the scenes.
Well, thank you so much, Brandon. But that's absolutely not true, because it's my pleasure to work with you guys, and I'm saying entire kind of Florida arm wrestling community, because sharing those posts, to be honest, from the start, I didn't expect it to do that well. But then the funniest thing, as soon as I share the post when like I'm asking community to answer something or whatever, that's the post that have like the most engagement, and it's kind of cool to see like that community kind of getting together and bonding. So that's why it's so special. But thank you so much for the introduction.
Well, I'll tell you that I said this before we all started this, that I had a good prediction that over the course of time, these 200 guys would go from having a bunch of little subgroups to just all be in one group of friends. And I think a lot of the social media has done that too. Like you said, I see guys that normally didn't even talk to each other replying on the social, and the engagement you have is super high. I looked pre-Slav and post-Slav. I would get like at a maximum 2 shares. This guy gets me like 19 shares, 17. I mean, blowing up. So let me ask you first a couple questions real quick. How old are you, Slav?
I'm 22.
You're 22. How long have you been doing social? I assume you just grew up playing, you're on the internet, right?
Yeah, that's how it kind of is with younger generation. I would say that it just from the start, we kind of like glued to our phones to social media, and it's just when I wanted to start a business, and kind of like I have a little bit mindset as you do, kind of getting out of a rat race. I saw you posted on the Facebook and etc. And when I wanted to start a business and I was thinking, what can it be? I wanted to relate it to something, and social media and kind of that content is something that I was consuming every day. So I thought, that's something that comes easier and more natural to us. So why not?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. How long have you been doing it professionally? I guess getting paid to do social.
Probably for close to half a year now. And my service, like I offer different services. Social media is not I would say, not the main direction. However, I would say that content, content falls under like different, that's a big umbrella of content. And, that's good to specialize a bit in everything. And that way, you can help creators grow in every aspect of the journey.
So I'll tell you, before I ever seen who you are, or you were already doing our social for a short while. And then I guess through Reels, it recommended you in one of your like content creation introduction videos. And I was just blown. I'm like, oh, this is the dude I got doing my stuff. I'm like, I felt secure right away. I was like, oh, I had no idea. I thought it was like some guy in a basement somewhere. Like he just typed decent, right? I was like, this kid is killing it. So
yeah, it was just, with short form, with my personal content, I don't want to say shy, but I wanted to focus on my work with clients and everything. And then I just felt kind of dumb, how can I offer some like content creation to clients if I don't produce any content myself? And, I have a lot of like sports background, and I bet you guys can relate to that, if I play basketball, and it's kind of dumb to be coached by a coach who never played the game himself, just know that from the books. So I realized that I need to start producing my own content. And, that's kind of like, that's the first thing people will see when they land into your funnel. So that's good that you saw my content, and like that kind of makes me more secure that you thought that way,
yeah, no, it was killer. Your content, the video I watched was it was a video like, hey guys, this is why you need to create more content, this type of one. And I mean, it was solid. It was as good as any I've seen. How did you get into arm wrestling?
Just, I was doing outreach, basically trying to find creators. That was at the very beginning of my journey, I would say. I was doing outreach, and I was at the very beginning, I was offering just thumbnails. And it was a website that basically shows you different YouTube channels. I filtered it by the number of followers, etc. And then I saw Chance Shaw, and I'm like, okay, like that's, he has like he had 10K at the moment. I'm like, well, I'm gonna hit him up, and that's a big chat. Like there's a huge percentage of that outreach never responds to. And, Chance kind of replied, and we talked to him, like I talked to him a little bit, and he was, as I said, one of the like first more serious clients. And it was the first time I was able to build a relations with a person. It was because it was the goal to treat clients not as a clients, but more like a, kind of friendship, but also have the business relations.
Sure.
Which is at the end of the day, it's a goal, because especially working with content creators, it's so awesome that, you get to meet more cool people like you, like Chance, like, I have a pleasure to work with Michael Todd as well. And it's just cool to talk to those people, etc. So yeah, I've got to Chance, and I started doing thumbnails for him. And then after a while, it became short form videos, and then kind of like Florida Armwrestling League fell into that, and the rest of the story, you joined us, as to say. And so yeah.
Perfect. And now I believe we're gonna have Slav doing the United States Arm Wrestling League, gonna blow this up too. Yeah, man, you're a beast. This guy also, are your services available to the public?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I was mainly focusing on content, like on content creators, so like YouTubers, as to say. But I also work with a couple of businesses. There's a huge like pizza business that I help with content creation. And yeah, basically, I definitely I'm willing to give some advice based on my experience of work with some people. And if there's or anything else, definitely, like, you can hit me up anytime, and I'll try to respond in a timely manner. And as I said,
How would someone get in touch? If I had $1 million, how would a guy get in touch with Slav? Do you have what's your email? What's your best way? Your Instagram?
Yeah, probably Instagram is fine. It's SLA_Marchenko, MARCHENKO. But yeah, you guys can find me in like Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, and whatever will work better. You can ask Brandon anytime, and I hope Brandon will pass my information as well.
Absolutely. I give this guy a 2 thumbs up, 10-star recommendation.
Thank you so much.
Listen, you and Robert Kelly, you guys are underpriced. I couldn't afford what y'all are actually worth. So it's a blessing to have y'all on board too.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, it is. It's a wild thing that what the FAL's done. It's grown quite a bit. And it might not be big numbers to other people, but we're over 1,000 followers online, and these are pure organic followers. I can go through the followers and I know every single person on there, or they're a buddy of a buddy. So
Yeah. I mean, it
It's,
doesn't matter at the end of the day if you have like million followers and then you organize the event and like 10 people show up, you know. But and then you have like 1,000 followers and the engagement is huge, and then you have the event and you know last event, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you know you broke a record, so it's
largest
kind of
event
like
in Florida history was the last event. So, and I guarantee you had a part to do with that. You know, it's
Stuff.
everybody. It's my referees. It's the guys. It's everybody. The girls at the front selling merch. It's everything. But you had a part in that, and that's a big celebration. Like you said, I mean, when you can do 260 entries on a page that has 1,000 followers, the engagement is massive. So it is cool, man. It's a super grassroots thing that it's grown. It's very hard to think the Florida Arm Wrestling League didn't always exist. It kind of seems like it's like the staple, like, it's like I've been here forever, but it hasn't. And the fact that we're growing, like, I don't actually know what it holds. It surprises me. I mean, if we say you on social and we're killing it and all this, like, it can only grow. So what does FAL look like in 2 years? I have no idea. But like you said, when you got on, you didn't think you'd get that much engagement. I didn't think that hiring a social media guy would do tenfold in the engagement that I would get. I thought you get double, but like we're talking like 1,000% increase. And that might just be all you young guys now might just be social media experts, like you were saying, and maybe not as good as my man Slav. But if you ever see me make a post, it looks like your grandpa like looking into the phone. Well, I'm sure. Hey, let me ask you, Slav, what do you think whenever you see you made a nice post and then I made one like an hour later that just looks terrible? Are you just dying inside?
I don't think it's terrible at all. When I started to post on Florida Arm Wrestling League, you know, I see a lot of people kind of doing the mistake that it's all about branding. It's all like, you know, about posting nice picture and like Florida Arm Wrestling League is waiting for you or whatever, you know. But as soon as like, especially with like a smaller community, because like, you know, on the bigger scale, this is still a smaller community. As soon as you reach kind of like that social media engine to like actually make it about community rather than about like, because branding, you know, branding works for Apple, branding works for Google.
It runs
like,
out though very fast.
Yeah, but those like with those, as I said, smaller communities, I just feel it's so important to kind of make a point like on the community itself and try to kind of unite people. And as I said, it makes sense like with your mission, right? You're trying to give a platform for young people and like, you know, just people in general to show themselves, show their skill. And I've been, you know, after working for arm wrestling people for like a little bit now, I kind of see that, you know, I mean, not gonna lie, but there's not that many tournaments you can like participate in. There's not like, you know, it's not like you have a world league. It's not like you have, you know, leagues where everyone can participate, right? So as I said, like what you guys doing, it's definitely big, it's huge. And you see it in the comments, you see like how people are satisfied after the events, you know, it gives them the opportunity to see each other, to hang out with each other, but also to compete and also to show themselves. When you guys, I remember some time ago, I really made a post about it today. You made an East versus West qualifier. I mean, it's huge. It's super huge. It's set. It's all about, you know, giving the opportunity to the guys who maybe don't have access to those like higher levels yet, you know?
Yeah, no, it's mega. The coolest thing about the social is when I go on there and I'm looking, dude, it's nothing but positivity. It's not like anybody on there like, man, these tournaments suck. What a waste of time. But, you know, it's just dudes are like, man, I had time of my life. Holding a picture of him and his baby. And, you know, it's like, it's crazy, dude. It's fun. That's the coolest thing of FAL is, like you said, the branding's cool. It's pretty. We look like we're at Zloty Tour or whatever, but it's fun. The community is dope, man. You ain't been to one of our tournaments. We got to fly you out for something. But, man, when we're throwing merch out to people and it's getting crazy, you should see, man, there's like old ladies and young kids and, you know, people going nuts, jumping around. It is funner than hell. So
Really cool.
Yeah, about haters in sport, it's actually funny because like, you know, as it is like all the time, like in every sport there are haters obviously, but it just like how stupid you should be to like, you know, take time off your day to literally go open some post, go to the comments and said how much you hate it. Like literally, like what's even the point of doing that? And you know, especially like working with Michael Todd, I see like people are going nuts about the like Kings move and stuff. They just literally, I feel like people don't have don't have what to do with their day just to just to wait till like he releases a new piece of content and just to go and comment it. It's like highlight of their day.
Yeah, I can't imagine managing Michael Todd's YouTube channel. That's got to be insane. What do you manage his social on, or what do you, if you don't mind me asking, do you manage like what comments are you seeing on Facebook?
No, it's just like I'm not managing everything of his, and I didn't want to say managing, just collaborate with some of it, just collaborate.
Well,
with some of the
I don't mind what you're managing. What comments were you seeing, like the Facebook or the YouTube?
Both. I
It's all
sometimes follow both. And it's just, and especially now after we post more frequently, they kind of calm down. But at the beginning, when I started to like collaborate with them, people are going nuts. It's just insane how much like they just want to hate on it. The person
Michael Todd is the most hated guy in arm wrestling.
Yeah,
he's a cool dude, but hands down, like just because he Kings moves, the whole like somehow that pissed off the whole earth.
Yeah,
but I love the Kings move, but
yeah.
Dude, the comments are insane.
Dude made so much. I mean, regardless of like King's move and everything, he's doing a lot for arm wrestling. I mean, it's like it's stupid to deny because he's throwing Monster Factory. He's doing so much to grow kind of that arm wrestling world. And the only thing people want to do is go back to match versus David Larrett and said like how he sucks so much. And it's just crazy. Like it blows my mind that after like million comments, they're still gonna go to the next one and comment like. The funniest thing,
they're probably getting him paid too.
Well,
the
funniest thing that we're posting a post where like he's just nothing close. Like it can be just his workout, and people will still go like, "Oh, go under the table." How does it feel under the table? And I'm like, Jesus Christ! You just like it's funny.
I'm gonna get Michael Todd an online bodyguard. He don't deserve all that hate. What did he do to you guys?
And they're great people, after like talking to them personally, they're like awesome people. So it just, it's always with every sport, it is like that. There's people always going to hate someone who's like, who did something big or something,
Yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool. That's got to be a hell of a wild ride working with Michael Todd on social media.
But it's fun though. Like arm wrestling community, when I dove deeper into arm wrestling community after, as I said, after I made Chance and start learning about arm wrestlers and learn who like John Hutchings is, like what Bjank, and then just all those names, and then I kind of look at like old World Armwrestling League matches. It's like I didn't know that it's such a big sport, because obviously like when you think about arm wrestling, like from the person who doesn't know that, you think about something that like arm wrestling. There's probably like some tournaments, but it's a big deal, and it's like it's growing. People getting a place to to perform, and it's fun to see all the engagement around it.
I've been riding this wave for 11 years, and I've seen some highs and some lows. And I'll tell you, in Florida, this is the highest high I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This is one of the higher highs I've seen. The highest I've seen was when WAL was here, and they'd throw 100 G's down at every tournament. That doesn't exist right now, but in Florida, I mean, we might as well be at the WAL level as far as how we're feeling. You got these dudes feeling like rock stars, bro. Every time you post a picture of them, they think they're Elvis Presley. My dog John walking around like you can't even talk to him no more.
No,
charge my daughter $3 just to shake her hand. He don't even know nobody no more. My dude Artem, he's so rich. You can't even tell him that he ain't the dude. So
nope.
Yeah, it's making everybody look like a star, man. And that's the key, right? We got 200 cool dudes. Every one of these guys is wild, man, crazy guy from, I mean, we can go on anywhere from you to Ford to, Shark and Chance and every one of these weirdos, bro. They're all worth featuring in some unique way. So it's dope, man. The social is like the great way to be able to highlight the guy that may not win the tournament, but he's fucking fan favorite that everybody wants to hang with. And he's like on the front page, they see him. So it's cool, man. It's cool. I'm not the biggest social media guy, but I love the FAL social media and all the engagement and what it's brought to our tournaments. I get so many people at a tournament that are like, hey, man, thank you. That was cool, man. You put that picture of me up, or that picture that was me in the background. My girl loved it, blah, blah, or I'll follow the shares. I'll see where he shared it, and then you'll see like the comments his family's making on the post and stuff, and they're treating him like he's a rock star because he got posted on. They're like, "Oh, you made it," blah, blah, you know. So it's cool.
But
Man.
I see Florida arm wrestling shorts all over my Facebook. You know, I see you guys popping up everywhere, and it's kind of cool that everyone like has a kind of that. I can feel through the image that everyone has the pride to wear this short. You know, it's kind of like not just like, oh, let me get a short. Everyone like I see the event and literally like 50 dudes wearing these shorts. And I'm like, Jesus, like that.
Hey,
that
we wear them at the practices, Slav. That's it. That's it. Yeah, man, I can't say thank you enough. This is the face behind all of the mastery on social media, guys. So if you don't know him, Slav Marchenko, man, the myth, the legend.
No.
He'll be working with FAL for a while. You're welcome to stay on. I know you had an engagement, so I don't want to tie you up, but
Yeah, it was. I gotta go, but it was super fun to jump with you guys. You know, to talk to you, Brandon and John. I didn't talk to you a lot, but you know, I'll text it. We can talk more about arm wrestling because I said I like this culture and I like to learn more about that. And as I said, thank you for all the Florida Arm Wrestling League fans. You guys making it amazing. So you know, as I said, it's even a pleasure for me to post stuff for you because it's just cool to see that community kind of like have that feeling that like, you know, I participate a little bit in that as well. But thank you so much, guys.
nah, you're the man, bro. It's a blessing to have you on. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're gonna go over some of the points real quick. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about points. I would love to give some updates. I have compiled the thousands and thousands and thousands of calculations that I didn't really do it. Someone else did it. But we have all the points for the May and June tournament. Tallahassee and Mayhem have been updated. Leaders have changed. A lot of you guys that think you had it locked in don't have it locked in. You may not be that dude. It just looked like it. A lot of you guys look like you're killing it right now, and you might have already $1,000, $2,000 each hand in the bag. I don't know. So remember all these points. I know everybody knows, but it's towards $10,000 at the end of the year, split among each class, percentage based upon how many entries were in each class overall. So the heavier class obviously pays a little bit better than the class that had nobody in it.
Right.
As I've been seeing it, it looks like 220 left is probably looking like one of our lighter classes.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and we'll go over these verbally. I'm
I
going to
need
post
game
tomorrow.
220.
Let's get this. Let me get this laptop.
And then look right here. And then
I got you.
arrow over down.
All right, we will start with
Left 20 and select it.
we're having some technical difficulty.
Hey,
We loaded up. All right, we ready?
cost
All right, the 154 left hand. It looks like Mike Newman is off to the races. He has 19 points. I will go over the top three. We got Jeff Bozier and Ford are tied for second place, both with 13 points. My dog Ford is in the fight. Hey, Ford, you're only one good win or a crazy overall or something away from taking that thing. Wouldn't that be?
Hey, he felt good this weekend too. But yeah, if he wins, oh my god, it's
Yeah,
gonna
he's leveling up.
he's gonna have an alligator around his neck showing up, and
Now Jeff Bozier is an animal too. He's
Yeah.
fired up recently. He's good. Expect him to be coming in hot. But yeah, all these guys, real strong guys. Mike Newman is your leader at 54 left. 176 left. What's that say? I can't. Let me borrow your glasses.
don't tell me.
How's that look? Does that look like Superman suddenly?
You look like something.
John Zilla is your leader. How is that possible?
Man,
Wow, you know what? I'm going to tell you, despite you not going to the last two tournaments, the Second place guy didn't go to the last two either.
Good old Jerry.
I'll tell you, John is the leader with 17 points in the 76 left. Gerald Warino has 12. And Kirby Polk, you better don't doubt this guy. He's stalking you.
Hey,
You know him?
Right back on it. Don't you worry.
Okay, you're good to go. 176, I think, is a lock for you, man. You're too strong. Could you get me a Baja Blast, please?
Let me go to the next one.
Yeah, 98 left. Oh, I was gonna say, I thought that said Max Tobbins, the leader. I was wrong. I had to scroll. Matt King is currently the leader with 14 points, 198 left. He don't even pull left hand barely. And he's gonna take the money. Artem, big dog Artem. He's only competed in 2, but he has a second and a first in the 98s. And Matt has 2 firsts. So we got 14 points for Matt, 12 for Artem. Kevin Sams,
Watch out for Kevin.
the dark horse. He's got 10. He is within striking range. Absolute beast.
He's awesome.
Absolute beast. That's my favorite guy in the whole tournament, Kevin Sams. I'm the biggest Kevin Sams fan there is.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I'm always.
I started King's Moving inspired by Kevin Sam's success. So 220s. How the hell am I not leading that anymore?
That's got to be Grayson, right?
How this? Gee, I'm gonna have to compete in the next one. I gotta get my.
He's consistent as hell.
He's been to. He missed May. He missed May's tournament, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You would have thought he'd have went to that too. Okay. We are at 220 left. Grayson Waldman leads with 16. Second place and third place is a very close between 8 and 7 points. So there's 2 split with 8. You've got Justin Paquette, which is a new guy. Props to him. Chris Papas has 8 as well. And then you've got a 4-way tie for third with 7 between Artem, Brandon Morris, Tommy Strickland, and Mark Geeson. Artem won 230s and 200s. You could not apply both sets of points to one class.
Right.
He did weigh under 198, so his points will go to 198 and 220s. So my dog Artem is probably judged by how he looked. He could probably take this any moment he wanted it.
Yeah.
But I hope Grayson wins. Grayson's probably the coolest guy at the tournament, but I think he tore his arm.
Did he?
I think he injured his arm at Mayhem, so he might be out, but it might not be the same arm. Wow. We got a surprise right here at 242 left. We got Brandon Williams as the leader.
Damn.
Tied with Daniel Worley. They both have 10 points. 242 left does not have a high bit of participation. So I'm actually going to say 242 left probably has a little, is the smallest class. And we have first place is a 2-way tie with Brandon and Daniel. And then we have 2 people with 7. We have Shark and Cody Register. And then you got 2 with 6, Dustin Ramey, CJ Wilson. So it's still a toss up in that class. I think that one's going to come down to who actually shows up.
Yeah.
Super's left hand. Holy shit.
It's
All
got
right.
points.
Our current leader is Carl Stanley with 38 points.
Jeez Louise.
Our second place guy is Wilton Brock with 12.
All right. Carl's done for the year. He can't compete anymore.
I gotta take a picture of this and send this to Carl. That's out of control. Yeah, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Carl's already won his money. That's wild.
Yeah,
Good
but
for him.
when
Good.
you're a beast, you're a beast. That is what it is.
Hey, I'll tell you what, left-handed, bro. There's not many people that I've ever met that can beat him.
No. Hey, I pulled him in overalls and his hand was like grabbing a foot. I was
Ain't
like,
it
how
crazy? Bro,
I don't know
yeah, he's got it. Looks like it's a lock. All right, let's see. Let's move on to 54 right hand. I know a lot of people want to hear the right.
Right.
Derek Duncan says Artem is looking ridiculous. Absolutely. I know I missed another good practice with garage grinders. Man, I was out here grinding on my property, getting it set up. Sadiel still the top dog in 76. Sadiel lives in Puerto Rico, not Florida. He visits, but I wouldn't say that he's the top dog out here. I'm gonna say the top dog out here is George Whitfield these days.
Absolutely. Yes. George.
I had to pull him 5 times before I could slow him down at the last practice.
Yeah, he's even stronger now.
I just told him those were 4 practice matches. 54 right. We've got Mike Newman. He's got 19 points. Bob Sawick has 17. Cody Anderson has 10. So they're pretty far away from the next guys. The closest to them has 4 points. Mike Newman and Sawick are still in a dogfight. And neither of them went to the last tournament. So, oh, I'm sorry, Newman did. Sawick didn't go to the last tournament.
Right.
But it looks like right here, Newman probably did. Let's see, how did he do? Levi Knight won the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Newman's day.
I don't think Newman pulled right-handed. I think he only pulled left at Mayhem.
Yeah, I think you could be right. 76 right-handed. Gerald Warino is our leader with 14. We got Lonnie Hagstrom and Kirby Polk are tied up with 8 apiece. And then Sadiel, Will, and Levi all have 7. I'm going to say that it's, Jerry's probably off to the races that one if he keeps making weight. I don't know how much Jerry can make weight though, so hard to say.
Better keep.
This is super interesting at 198 right-handed. We've got Matt King and Artem have 19 apiece. Oh, that's interesting. And then you've got Kevin Sams is stalking them with 15.
Don't let Kevin Sams come to win both those.
He ain't gonna miss a tournament.
No.
Or Artem would only have 14 if he didn't win the overall. So he would be in second. Kevin's would be if Artem didn't win. So Kevin might win it just by showing up enough. Could be interesting. But yeah, Matt and Artem are in a tie, and then you have Kevin. So that's probably going to be your top 3. The closest to them is John Theron, Chuck, and Dan Willis with 5 points. Yeah, Newman didn't pull right-handed. He is an absolute beast somehow, still leading despite not even pulling. That just goes to show you these early points really matter a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Where are we at now? 220?
Yeah.
220. Grayson is taking it again. Grayson's a savage, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He has only pulled in 4 tournaments. He only placed in 1 that he won, and he has 9 points. So he's just winning off consistency. We got Ryan Nelson, Mike Bedwell, Brandon Morris, Trevor Manning, and Artem. They all are in a second place or third place tie with Ryan Nelson has 8. So we got 9, 8, 7.
That's a close.
I'm gonna have to enter that one just to get me some get back. Make sure I see my name up there. Get a little shine. I won't win the money, guys. Don't worry. Where are we at now? 242?
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, Brandon Williams is winning again with 15 points. Brandon's consistent. Jerome Loud, despite not being a Florida resident, has 14. So he is in a good position to win it. Let's see, who won the overall for Tallahassee?
Or it might be in 220.
Yeah. All right, go to supers. All right, supers is insane too. We've got 31. We've got Brad Grundy has 31. Jerome Loud has 12. Ah, he won he won this. He was in super heavy and won the overall. However, listen, the way his overall points were applied, because he pulled both, he could put it to whatever class he wanted that day. So if Jerome Loud chose to put his overall points to 220 instead of supers, he would actually be leading. He's in second place in both classes right now, despite not even being from Florida. What a beast. But we've got Brad Grundy with 31. Jerome has 12. Josh Miller has 12, and Taylor Dykes has 9. So
Damn, Brad.
Brad's a beast. He's off to the races. I mean, my dog, he is what he is, right? He's tough to beat, hard to kill.
And
I would recommend everybody that's listening to this, go ahead and log on to the FAL Facebook tomorrow at about noon. We will have the points posted. You'll be able to see the hard copy. You'll be able to see everything all the way down to 1 point. So if you are in the top 20, 25 in points of your weight class, you'll be able to be on the list. Anybody that goes on to the shop now button on the Florida Arm Wrestling League, if you sign up for the Fit Expo tournament early, you will go ahead and get 1 free piece of FAL merch. So we're gonna have a badass merch bag, first come, first serve. It's gonna be shirts in there. It's gonna be all sorts of crazy shit. So be 100 pieces of merch. You guys get to pick. Anything else you think I'm missing? Man, we got the Fit Expo this Saturday, Orlando Convention Center, pro, amateur, semi-pro. If your girl's coming, I think it's cheaper to have her sign up in the tournament than it is to have her enter the expo. So don't be scared to have your grandma as an athlete if it saves her $5. I will go ahead and post the event flyer and the expo and all the details, but it's all on the Florida Arm Wrestling League page. You ever been to an expo, John?
I went to Olympia in 2021 and pulled there.
Why do I ask you this every episode?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I forget. Okay. So yeah, it's like our Olympia, man. This used to be known as the Europa years ago. It was one of the hardest tournaments to win in Florida. Now it's the US Fit Games. So super badass sponsor. They got us taken care of in here. We are 5 days out from the tournament. It's going to be insane. $10,000 on the line, ton of merch, everything. Bring everybody out. My opinion, this is probably going to be one of the funnest tournaments, just because you have jujitsu in the background, karate, wrestling, and we are on a stage in the center of the arena.
So it's going to be
what's that?
There's going to be 2 tables.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got a huge stage. If you look at the event map, arm wrestling is dead center. When we're there at this, the last one we did, we had Brandon Alcesser versus Emil and Brandon versus Chance.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, dude, we had fucking 500 people watching from the crowd, just crowded around, watching it go down like it was a bodybuilding show. So it's a good time. If you've never been to one, you got to get out here. USAL, don't forget to check this out. Go ahead and Facebook the United States Arm Wrestling League. Florida Arm Wrestlers are taking on the finest Georgia has to offer. So don't miss this. I got a secret super match lined up for my dog, John Zilla. It's going to be crazy. We got the main event, Josh Miller versus Paul Passmore, has been announced. It's going to be a bloodbath. Absolute insanity. Florida versus Georgia, FAL event in 5 days in the Fit Expo. So check it out. Hit us up on Facebook. Don't forget to get your jersey. You can buy your merch the day of. You will need a jersey to compete, but if you want it now, reserve yours online to make sure you get your size. We will see you guys Saturday at the Event Expo. There will be early weigh-ins as usual. No, it is changing. I forgot to announce this earlier. We will have a 3-pound weight allowance. 3-pound weight allowance will dress for clothing. So if you come to the FAL tournament and you're 0.2 pounds over, I will let you be okay. 3 pounds is where our allowance is. That means you have to show up clothed. You can take your shoes off, nothing else. That is it. So the way you show up, you better be wearing light clothes if you don't want the if you want to use the weight allowance. James Clark says, let's do Florida versus Mass. That would be a great idea, James. I would love to take Florida to every state. So far, I've done California. We're doing Georgia. It looks like Texas is next.
Oof.
So you get you a team together and you show me that team, James. If they're worthy, I'll bring the dogs out. Brad Grundy says, I won overall and 242. Yeah, if you see any little discrepancy, we put your overall points on the wrong thing, or you just go ahead and message. Brad said, how do I have 31? Let me see Brad Grundy's points. Let's see where he has 31. So we have 31 from Brad on 7 for the win in February plus the overall. 7 for the win in March plus the over. Are you just having me do this to brag?
Yeah.
And
So
then
it
we
sounds
got
like all those dubs.
7 wins in the April. Did you win the overall in April? And that is his last time he competed. So what are you implying? He says, I've won overall and 242 plus. So Brad might be implying that he has 36 points and we didn't put his overall points on there.
What was April? Was that bike week? Armageddon tournament or no? When was that?
Armageddon was March. Oh no, bike
That
week.
was Q4.
Yeah, it was Q4. Yeah. I think he did. He beat me in the final in the overalls.
Bastard.
I remember you injured my arm, didn't you? Yeah, so you might be right. You should have 36, Brad. What a way to just shine on everybody. Good job, buddy. As if they didn't feel bad enough. Anything else you think I'm missing, man? I feel like I'm missing something.
I don't think so.
If you're coming out to the Fit Expo, hit me up. I'll explain to you how to get in there. I'm going to be basically right in front of the doors doing signups. So don't go trying to fight your way in the door. Just find me. We'll sign you up and get everybody a badge. So they walk on in. You'll have the athlete pass. It'll be cool. Anything else? Message us on the Florida Arm Wrestling League. Like, subscribe to this page. Share our stuff, man. It really helps. And other than that, we'll see y'all Saturday.
All right.